this is Rob over at thebestiosapps.com, and just wanted to tell you a little bit about a new program that just was released. It's called Avid Studio, and it's for the iPad, and it was just released today, which is February 2. And very powerful program. Now, I haven't reviewed the iMovie app for the iPad or iPhone yet, but I just wanted to go ahead and, since this was brand new, just go ahead and show you a couple of the features of it. It's not going to be an in-depth review, but it's a small one just to get you an idea of what this app can do and why it's worth it right now for the $4.99 price tag that it is. It's supposed to go up to about $7.99, I believe it is. But the $4.99 price tag that it has right now, why it's a great app to be able to buy. So as you can see here, here's some of the screenshots of the app. And some of the reviews are already saying that on the original iPad, the iPad 1, it doesn't run that well, which is understandable because the original iPad was only a single core, and the new iPad, the iPad 2, is a dual core, which is what I'm using right now to show you this app. So let's go ahead and launch the app here. So here we have our main screen that we come to. As you can see, here would be where you have all of your different projects that you're working on. And here, let's look over the interface right here at the beginning. Right here at the top, there's a little plus button that allows you to add or create a new project. We already have a project that I created, and so to be able to rename that project, select it over here and click this. That allows you to rename it. So I've called mine Best iOS Apps. Press OK. Now, if you've already edited the video, you can actually export it straight from the screen right here by pressing this button, and it'll give you the different options to be able to do that. Or you can go back and you can trash it, or over here you have a little bit of an introduction to the new app, and gets you different things: introduction, getting started, importing media, the projects page, the edit page, and sharing your project. So you have all those different things. And then of course over here you have your settings, which is like the photo duration, title durations, transition durations, automatic transitions. Now down here you'd see rebuilding media library. Now that is talking about when, let's say you just taken a new picture or a new photo or a new video in your iPad, but in your Avid Studio it's not there. That's how you get to it. Rebuild your media library. It will look for the newest photos taken, and sometimes when you add it, it actually automatically sees what you've just added and says, oh, would you like to rebuild your media library now? Yes. And then of course your credits down here for who built the program. So let's go ahead and open the project. I was working on a little project here. Now let's go over the interface of your actual editor. Over here you can go back to your home. Down below here you have your video files, which goes from your iPhoto library on your iPad and pulls videos out of there. Then you have all your pictures, and you can get to basically any pictures you want right through here. And it's pretty cool. If you have a lot of photos, you can just throw them in and make some cool video effects and stuff like that. Then you have your music here. You can sort it by artists, albums, playlists. Then they have some built-in effects: animals, background, cartoons, classic folly, comic, electronic, explosion and fires, gunshots, house 1, house 2, humans, instruments, sports, tools, and vehicles. Now I did look into some of these. They're not the highest quality sounding effects, which you probably wouldn't use them anyways, but just in the case that you'd want to make some fun stuff, they're there for you to use. Then you have your transitions, which you have your crossfade here, which you put between two clips, or you have your in fade and your out fade, so you can go to black and come back. Then here you have little like built-in templates that you can drop pictures, drop videos into. Pretty cool. I've checked them out. They're not bad, and in the future I'm sure that they will be adding extra templates to here, and more features to come with that. Then here you have a couple motion titles with the text moves and different things like that. Then your standard titles that just you know, text and stuff that you can put on the screen. Now, what's really cool about these is you can edit them and move them anywhere you want to on the screen move them around, and different things like that. So that's very cool that you can do that. Then here, this little red button here allows you to take a video or picture yourself and import it straight into your Avid Studio. So now let's look a little bit more on the interface. Up here at the top, you have two different buttons. This button on the left here allows you to preview what's on this side in your titles, pictures, videos, music, anything. So like, let's say we want to look at this. I can click on it, and it'll appear over here, and it'll show me what's going on. I can also, let's say, go to my music or effects and click on, one here and preview it. So there we have a baby crying, or burp. Anyways, so over here you can do that, and also this allows you to cut like an in and out point if you've done a lot of video editing, in and out point on it, and then drag it down to your timeline or storyboard from there. Very powerful feature built into many of your main editors like Final Cut Pro and Avid, of course, like that. And so let's go up here. And so like I can preview a video right from in here. And I can set an in and out point on it and then drag it down to the timeline, which I will be doing here in a second. Let's keep going though. In here, if you have this selected up here on the right, that's what your timeline is. That's when you're viewing your timeline and you want to watch what's going on there. So I can just go ahead and play this real quick. Just fades in, has a little best iOS apps text, and then fades back out. Now, that's how you scroll. This is basically your pointer right there that tells you exactly where you're playing from. And now let's say I want to watch this full screen. I can click the button up here. That allows me to watch it in full screen. And then I can go back to normal view. And then this button up here allows me to export it again, which you can export it to a video file right to your iPhoto library on your iPad, send it in an email, upload it to Facebook, YouTube, or of course, Avid Studio right on your computer. So let's go ahead and go back here. So let's just add a couple things to what I have here, and we'll see how this program works. Just a couple of the features of it real quick here. So I already have a nice little video here of just fading in, a little focus on an apple with text, and then it fading back out. Now I want to add some music to starting here, and then put in some other videos. So let's go ahead and go to my music library, and we'll find a nice song here, The Man Who Cannot Be Moved. So this is very easy. You just drag and drop interface, and then I can even cut it here if I want to drag it down to where I want to have the in point. Or I could have, of course, done that here by clicking on The Man Who Cannot Be Moved and clicking on this button and previewing it here. And I can even set my in and out points there and then drag it down from here, as you can see, like this onto my timeline. And I could have multiple audio tracks. Very cool. Very powerful feature. Alright, so now we have a song. So basically it goes from here and it plays and it fades out. And then we have a song. So I want to move that around a little bit though. I want it to kind of fade, and then I want it to go a little smoother. And I want it to start like right about, there. So I drag it down, I hold and I drag. So now I can like, let's say I want right there, when this goes, when this fades all the way out, I want to have another video fade in. So I go and grab my videos, and let's see here. I have a nice video of a keyboard. Let's pop that down in here, and let me put a little transition on that. Now, if this is selected, you can either delete it there. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So this little button over here goes back, and then here you can do stuff like adjust the volume of the clip, which of course this clip does have volume, and it's kind of just background noise, so I want to have that all the way off. But that's where the features are there. Then, if I want to have a little transition, I just go ahead and I want it to go between the two of these, so I just drop this right on in here. Oop, it's not going to let me do that. Oh, maybe it did already. Probably because it's already going to black. Anyways, so you drop it in there, and then you have the video playing up here. And of course, in the effect that you're going to be using text or a fade or something. So if I want to fade that out, I'm going to drag this down here. It's going to have me it's going to want me to render this probably. At different points, if you have text or different things in this, it's going to ask you to render it as well. And just like in any major video program that you would be using. So as you can see here, if I want to have little text drop right in there, I can click on this and I can type text here. Cool thing about this is it doesn't just stay there. I can actually move it anywhere that I want to on this place here. So that's very cool. All those features are made. I can even enlarge it just with 2 fingers. Everything like that. So it's very powerful feature right there. And lots of things that you can do with that. And see, as you can see here, you have a little notice. It says needs rendering for accurate and smooth preview. So you click this little button here, and of course it renders that. Now, these are just a couple features of the new Avid Studio for iPad. And as things move along and they make updates and different things, I will be making a full review going into all the details, especially probably when they make an update and they add a couple new features to it. I will be making a full review of this program.